Herbert, and I've been teaching fighting and fitness for 15 years. So over the last 15 years, I've worked with hundreds of families in preparation for moving out to college for the first time or just out of the house. And we've been thankful to be able to reach as many people as we have over the years. But unfortunately, due to COVID, that's not a great option at the moment. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to reach as many families as possible. And that's why I recently wrote Simply Self-Defense. Simple, common sense self-defense for young women moving out for the first time. Along with that, I want to provide 3 tips that are going to be beneficial for young women moving out for the first time, or even just learning how to drive, right, and are starting to experience a little bit of freedom. So the first tip is going to be alcohol. Alcohol is present in 50% of sexual assaults. It's a crazy statistic if you think of it that way. Not only that, but alcohol is present in 90% of acquaintance rape situations. So what does that tell us? It tells us that we need to be very cautious whenever there's alcohol involved. Whether it's us drinking or the perpetrator drinking, really it makes no difference. So that tells us we have to keep our wits about us. Whenever there's alcohol involved in the situation, we want to think about having a designated sober. That is, if we're going out for a night with our friends, or we're going to a party, I want to have that one person, even if we're not driving, that one person that is sober. They're tasked with looking out for you and looking out for your friends, looking out for your group, because having that one person that has absolutely all their wits about them is going to make a huge difference for staying safe and making smart judgment calls. Because when we start to drink, not only does it lower our inhibition, it also lowers our intuition. That's our natural voice inside our head that says, I shouldn't go to this place or I shouldn't do this thing with this person, right? So having that one friend that's sober helps us make better decisions. So number 2, boundaries. Boundaries are a key element when it comes to self-defense. A good friend, a good boyfriend, a good girlfriend, they know boundaries are important and they won't push that. If we have a person that's always pushing our boundaries and is not interested in what we have to say, well, we need to start eliminating that person from our lives. So that just means simply that we're going to spend less time with that person. We're not going to return as many phone calls or text messages. We don't need to go out of our way to tell them what we're doing. They're just not going to play a big role in our lives anymore. So you'll notice that usually it's the same 1 or 2 or 3 people in your life that continue to push those borders. So what we want to consider are starting to eliminate those people. And you'll be surprised by how eliminating those few people out of your life, right, you'll feel so much more in control of your own destiny without having to kowtow to what everybody else wants. And the last thing we're going to cover is body language. Body language is a huge factor. So if we're talking about predators, people that commit sexual assaults are predators, right? They look for poor body language. Just like a lion hunting on the savannah, they're not looking for the strongest animal to attack. They're looking for somebody weak that they think they can get away with attacking, right? So what we want to do is we want to fly underneath the radar. So by walking with our head up, we're looking at our surroundings, we're aware of what's happening, that makes a huge difference. So what we really want to be aware of, especially with our body language, is when we're in transitional spaces. Those are the spaces where we're either getting ready to go to work, we're getting ready to go into our dorm room, and we're out in the open, we're vulnerable. So the cell phone is one of the biggest problems because the cell phone mimics the body language of a victim. We're looking down, it rounds our shoulders out, and it makes us look like prey. So if you want to fly underneath the radar of an attacker, well, good body language, eye contact, looking forward, you're looking around you, you're aware of your surroundings. That goes a long way to make sure that they know you're not a victim. So if you found any of these tips useful, right, please be sure to share this video or leave a comment below, give us a like and a subscribe. Also, be sure to go to Amazon and check out my book. It's called Simply Self-Defense for Young Women. Thank you. That's going to wrap it up.